Welcome to Rewatch Party, where hosting a podcast is a red flag, baby. I'm Mark Green.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And I'm Zach Horowitz.
That's right, we're all red flags here today, boys.
Yeah. Stay away from us.
We've learned that we are all very much ineligible bachelors.
Yeah.
Because this is an episode about the perfect man. And I know what you're thinking. It's Spencer, isn't it? And by most people's definition, yes.
I'm really Zach, I'm really curious where you're going with this.
Well, I was saying by most people's definition, yes, he is the perfect man. But by the definition of the matchmaker in this episode that we'll get to later, it's a red flag, baby.
Because I thought you were speaking to our perspective. So I really, for a second, thought you were going to go, I know what you're thinking. Spencer's the perfect man. By most people's definition, yes. But by our definition, also yes.
I mean, yeah, I'd assume we fall into most people.
Yeah. We're definitely of the average consensus that Spencer is a stud. Yeah.
Spencer can get it.
He can.
And the show tells us multiple times, Spencer does get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spencer fucks.
You see, this episode opens up with a very special celebration. A Brother's Day, if you will. Where Spencer treats us right away to the greatest rendition of Careless Whisper on a saxophone. So good that you can't even tell it's Careless Whisper.
It transcends the original song. It's so, like, you know what they say, like, jazz is about the notes you're not playing, and he is not playing the correct notes.
That's profound of you.
Yeah.
Right? In a way you can never mess up a jazz song.
Very profound.
If you just start to fully mess up during a performance, you can just be like, it's the ones I'm not playing that matter.
Yeah, it's the ones I'm not playing that matter, like the correct notes.
Yep. But so Spencer does a wonderful, if unconventional, cover of Careless Whisper. Some might say bad, I say inspired. And to celebrate this wonderful Brother's Day, on which they all have to be nice to Spencer, apparently. They're drinking man-mosas, which is beer and orange juice.
That sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I think that would just make me throw up. But
yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Harrison, as a non-drinker, I'd like to make a counterpoint and say I'd slurp it up all day.
Oh, really?
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Slurp,
Well,
slurp.
I'll send you all the non-alcoholic beer I can find and mix it with orange juice, and I'll send it to your door, and you can drink it on Zach's
because
screen.
like I was thinking, I'd go up to a bartender and I'm like, I'll have a man-mosa, but like a virgin man-mosa, so no beer.
I'll have a man-mosa, and the bartender's like, what the fuck does that mean?
A talented bartender would know. An educated bartender.
A properly trained one who's, dedicated hours to learning the proper cocktail.
One who went to bartender college.
Bartender school.
Yep.
I think that's where Spencer went after flunking out of law school. He just went back to school and went to bartender college.
Yes.
Clearly not, because he's drinking man-mosas.
But other than man-mosas, we do learn something else important for this episode, which is that Millicent doesn't like Pearl.
Which is a damn shame, because everyone loves Pearl.
Yeah, what the hell?
Not in the show, in real life.
We love Pearl.
We love Pearl. But
She
Millicent
seems fun.
does not like Pearl.
No.
And that's a mystery to us. I think it's just because she's jealous, but that's never really addressed in the episode.
She doesn't like that her dad is dating someone new, even though she's great.
Yeah.
Another thing that we find out that I really like is that Spencer can only play his sax once a year because of Carly's brass allergy.
Oh, it's a damn shame. They don't tell you about the brass
allergy.
allergy.
They don't even live in the same apartment anymore. How is this a problem?
Well, Spencer usually plays so loud that Carly can hear him all the way from her apartment.
And by the way, I'm like, Carly, maybe if he was allowed to take it out more than once a year, he would get better at playing the saxophone.
That's a good point, actually.
You are actively preventing him from practicing.
For no reason. You're an adult now.
Though I'm also sure that if he was allowed to take out the sax at any time, it would be constant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or he would just lose interest in it, and then it would just, like, become a sculpture in the
True.
apartment.
True, he'd, like, tape a bunch of yo-yos to it.
Yeah.
Mark, quick, what would the name of the sculpture be?
Yo-yo saxophone.
You know what? It's very direct and right to the point. I love it.
Saxophoyo.
Saxa-yo-yo.
Saxa-yo-yo. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, Spencer, this leads Spencer, drunk on his manmosas, to start talking about how he's given up a lot of things because of Carly, because of his role as surrogate dad, including touring with Stomp, go into law school, which I guess we never actually found out why he left law school. I assumed it's just because he didn't like it, but
yeah, I think maybe the previous series does state that he just didn't like being a lawyer.
I'm pretty sure,
So-
yeah.
So, guys, this is a bit of a, like, canon snafu. Like,
bit of a
getting it wrong.
retcon.
Oh, no.
iCarly is trash
The
now.
iCarly
They're not
canon.
even paying attention to their own canon.
iCarly is woke trash. Yeah, so Carly feels sucky now.
It's also worth mentioning Spencer blames his inability to
Yeah.
find a woman on Carly.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot that
yeah,
part.
it's-
That's the
yeah,
big deal.
That's
She
like a
doesn't
big
just feel bad that he wasn't in the touring cast of Stomp. I just want to say that's not the primary thing. The biggest
No.
thing is he's
Could you
like, I never
imagine if that
found
was
love.
the plot of this episode, though? Is if like Carly feels bad that because of her, Spencer wasn't able to join the touring cast of Stomp.
A season-long arc, very similar to when Tobias joined the Blue Man Group on Arrested Development, where Spencer joins the Stomp. He's
Yeah,
gonna bang everything.
of course.
Ayo.
Just like he bangs everything in this episode, am I right? Hey!
Harrison,
lady.
Harrison, the main character of this show is his sister.
Oh, I didn't mean literally everything.
You said everything.
Okay, everything
everything
except
like
Carly.
the bottle robot in the apartment.
Well, that's the most fuckable thing. You shot on the whole
The bottle
point
robot.
Hey,
of the
How much do you want to
bottles.
bet that Spencer fucked that robot?
right now, rank all of Spencer's sculptures from most to least fuckable.
Oh, well,
Okay.
number one is Saxa Yo-Yo.
Yeah. The least fuckable is the fan of hammers.
yeah, that's don't go near that. That's
Don't
bad.
fuck the fan of hammers. That's a bad idea.
Look, you know me. I'm a fan of hammers, but I'm not a fan of the fan of hammers.
The fan of hammers. It's the best one. That is the only correct answer for the bottom of the list.
Yep.
I mean, if it's spinning, you're just dead.
Not
I
only
get-
is it a literal fan of like spinning blades, there are
Yes.
also hammers.
There's also
There are also
By
the
the
hammers
way,
you gotta worry about.
I do want to say it's pretty dangerous to fuck any of them because any of them could catch fire
It's
spontaneously.
That is
true,
true. At any
especially if
moment.
it's Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Spencer talks about how he missed out on love because he was busy raising Carly. And we go over to the next scene where there's a joke that I really like where Carly goes over to Harper and she says, I had a great idea. What if I hired a really expensive matchmaker to find love for Spencer? And Harper goes, that's a terrible idea. And Carly goes, what if I already hired a really expensive matchmaker to find love for Spencer and I can't get back the deposit?
I love that joke so much.
Yeah, that's very good.
That was just incredible.
It's a good joke. And that introduces the main thrust of this episode and our famous guest star. It's Rachel Bloom as McKenna Donatachi. What was it?
I think it is McKenna Donatachi or something like that.
Yeah,
if it's not,
McKenna
it's hold on.
Donatachi.
I'm on IMDb right now because there's trivia for this episode to bring up later, so I will find it. Yeah, McKenna Donatachi, famous matchmaker and host of Red Flags.
Can I just say I'm great at this?
You're very good at this.
I'm really good at this.
You're great.
And that's,
you're
a
the best,
red
Mark.
flag.
That's right, because being a podcast host is a red flag, and you're a very good podcast host.
Yeah,
So-
she like goes through her red flags in order. Number one, no roommates. If there's another man in the room, then that's a no. From there was like a rhyme for everything, but number one
Yeah.
is no roommates.
No
Number two,
roommates.
which I agree with the most, is simply be tall.
Be tall.
I, for one, have said on many occasions that my height is my defining character trait.
I think what she says is height, and she says there is no reason to be under 5'9".
Which I agree with. Height is a choice. Simply get taller.
Yeah, I know, right?
Be better. Be tall.
If you're not tall enough to play in the NBA, that's a you problem.
Simply visualize it, and it will happen.
The average NBA player is like 6'7", 6'8", so you should be like at least that tall.
Yeah,
If he doesn't have gigantism, I'm out. Yeah, her ideal man is Andre the Giant.
Yep. To be fair, Zach, a lot of people's ideal man is Andre the Giant.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, literally.
I mean, think about it.
he
Andre
is,
the Giant
yeah.
doesn't have any roommates, from what I've heard of.
Right.
He's very tall. He is the Giant. Number three
is immaturity.
Oh, Andre the Giant is the most mature man I could think of.
Yeah.
Mature man.
He definitely seems mature. Yeah, Andre the Giant is the perfect man. Let's be real.
Yeah.
No frosted tips needed.
I want to see if I can find the quote, because I feel like there was a quote I heard from Andre the Giant about like Hulk Hogan or something. I don't like to speak badly of people. I have grown up thinking and being told that if you cannot say something nice about someone, you should not say anything at all. But I must break that rule in this case because I hate Hulk Hogan very much. He is a big ugly goon and I want to squash his face.
Fair. Very fair and true.
So yeah, the ideal man, Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Ideal man. By the way, I was writing all of these red flags down, which I think Zach mentioned it, but I just want to make it clear. Rachel Bloom's character is the host of a matchmaking TV show, one that Harper really loves.
Yeah.
And so she's like a high-powered career woman with high standards and a cold demeanor. But I wrote down no roommates, height, and then I wrote down immaturity and in parentheses, oops.
Yeah.
One of those is going to be a problem.
Yeah, one of those is a
The
huge
genius
issue.
behind Fan of Hammers. And Mary Sniffmas, the Christmas tree of noses.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about Mary Sniffles.
We also should mention that she divides men into two very clear categories. Yeah. Red flags and Mr. Cool Guy.
There's Mr. Cool Guy, who is Rachel Bloom's ideal man, who is just like the most trash human being you could think of.
Yeah.
And then there's red flags, which consists of everyone else.
So her Mr. Cool Guy has frosted tips, tattoos in languages that the person doesn't understand, and there's a third one, but just rest assured, it's another red flag. The Mr. Cool Guy is nothing but red flags.
If you need a visual, imagine Stefan from Weekend Update.
With a choker.
With a choker and more of a V-neck.
Yeah.
A V-neck so deep that you can like see it, that it's basically just like a jacket. Where the middle of his body is uncovered.
Yep.
Right. We do see this later, and it is beautiful.
It's really good. But yeah, she's saying like immaturity is a red flag. If he acts like a baby, it's no good. And then Spencer enters wearing a bonnet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't find out why he's wearing a bonnet.
It's because they were going to do another Baby Spencer bit, of course.
I assumed. I mean, it's very funny for her to say he shouldn't act like a baby. And Spencer's number one bit is, well, yeah, but also just the fact that his number one bit is acting like a baby.
Yeah, his number one bit is setting things on fire, Mark.
That's true. Well, his number one bit, but on the web series iCarly, his number one bit is acting like a baby.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair.
On the titular web show.
The titular web show that we never see on the sequel series.
Now, I think the moment we saw Rachel Bloom enter, I think we all realized, so this is Spencer's new love interest.
Yeah.
For the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She's tasked with matching him up with someone, but I think she's gonna match him up with herself.
Ooh.
But I do also want to highlight one other line, which is, she introduces herself to Spencer. She's like, I'm a high-powered dating coach and I own 5 cars. And Spencer says, oh, are you here for Harper? She's single and she owns no cars. And Harper shouts, don't tell McKenna that I have no cars.
I love that. So good.
Harper is trying so hard to impress McKenna, Rachel Bloom.
I would be so embarrassed if McKenna found out I didn't have any cars.
Any cars, like not even one.
Not even one car.
It's okay, Mark. I have many cars. I'll lend you one if you ever get to meet McKenna Donatachi.
Thank you so much. Zach, how many cars do you own?
Like 5.
That's a lot of cars.
It's a lot of cars.
Same number that McKenna said. That's a little
like
suspicious.
a Jay Leno amount of cars.
That's a Jay.
Mark, and this is when I like rip off the mask. Revealing I've been Jay Leno.
Holy shit! Jay Leno's been our friend since elementary school.
That's right, Harrison. It's me, Jay Leno. I can't do a Jay Leno impression.
No, Zach, that was a very good Jay Leno impression.
Hey, it's a Jay Leno.
That's honestly sort of a better Jay Leno impression.
It's me. I'm a Jay Leno.
Not in like the Italian way, but yeah, being a little more high pitched, that is technically closer to Jay Leno.
Yeah.
That's right, Mark. It's me, Jay Leno.
Famous
Leno.
TV personality.
I loved you as the host of the Jay Leno show before the Tonight Show.
Thank you.
With Conan
I'm very
O'Brien.
proud of my work.
I love that we're friends with Jay Leno now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's right, Mark.
And we've been friends with him for
Jay
many
Leno.
years. You since elementary school, me since middle school. We've known him for so many years. Over
That's
10
right.
years.
I've gone undercover for my greatest role yet.
Zach Horowitz. it's a real
perfect.
chat.
Now you're going to be in a hit movie about him. About Zach Horowitz, the character.
The fictional character. who
Yeah.
This is a
doesn't exist.
Daniel Day-Lewis level of commitment.
Yeah.
rip off your Jay Leno mask to Daniel
Daniel
Day-Lewis.
Day-Lewis.
Well, you see, Mark, I'm not actually Jay Leno. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis.
I don't even know what to believe anymore.
But you see, Mark, that's all part of the plan. Because I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm actually me. Hello. I fooled you this entire time.
Oh, wow.
Gary Sinise. The greatest actor of all time pulled off 10 years as Daniel Day-Lewis, as Jay Leno, as Zach Horowitz.
Oh my god. I'm fucking dying. I can't.
Oh my god.
Okay, now we have to move on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah,
Where
move
do we
on,
go
please.
from here? Where are we?
Pearl and Freddie are catching up on the good fight. There's another joke I really like where Freddie says, like, you didn't watch any without me. And she says, no, but I may have had a dream with the plot of the next 3 episodes. Pearl's great.
Pearl is the best. Pearl is too good for Freddie.
They're very
so
happy
cute.
together. They work really well together.
They're very
pretty
happy
cute.
together.
Yeah,
but
They're
she's-
great
Yeah,
together.
but she's just real fun.
I ship
Yeah.
them.
I ship him.
More than I ship Carly and Freddie.
But you know who
Ugh.
doesn't ship him?
Who?
Mrs.
Freddie's
Benson.
mom and Millicent. Actually,
And
yeah, it starts with
Millicent,
Millicent.
They both hate her.
Yeah.
I love these two as characters, but oh my god, are they annoying in this episode.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mrs. Benson is supposed to be annoying, but
Yeah.
like, oh my god, she is psychotic.
We're getting shades of like season 1 Millicent, where she's not like white collar criminal, she's just annoying child.
Yeah.
I still think she's pretty funny in this.
Yeah,
but like,
I still
yeah.
think she's fine. And also I think it's like in this episode she's still like child. I think the thing that
Yeah.
was so annoying about her at first was she was just like she just existed to be snarky and mean to the characters
Yeah.
in the
Mm.
show. And
Yeah.
so like this is her being like, I love you, Freddie, and you deserve better than this witch person.
Who has glasses
Yeah.
and likes animals.
They tell Freddie they've been stalking her and they have a bunch of facts about her that he needs to know. Did you know that Pearl claps when the plane lands?
That is pretty
Ugh.
sad.
She also eats a banana with the peel. Not even, and Millicent says not even a gorilla knows how to peel a banana. But actually, if I may,
Yeah, go ahead.
under the goofs section in IMDb, trust me, this is worth it.
Oh my god.
No, go,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
And I quote, Millicent makes a comment about gorillas knowing how to peel bananas, giving the impression that they only eat the inside of a banana like humans do. With as smart as Millicent is, she should have known that gorillas often eat bananas without peeling them, and even when they do, they often eat the skin afterwards.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
You know what? You know what makes that for me? There are two things that I love about that. One,
Is it the term each bananas?
no. I have two other things that I
Okay.
like even more than each bananas.
Yeah.
One, that it's under goofs and not trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. And two, the editorializing of this person
It's
posting
yeah,
time to be
that's
being
why I was
like,
we
as
need to
smart
do
as
this. It's
Millicent
very
is,
editorialized.
she should know.
No, she should
Yeah.
know. Like, how would she know that? I don't know.
Because she's so smart, Harris.
That's true. And she did say it. She said it so confidently. Like, everybody knows
Yeah.
that gorillas eat just the inside of the banana. Turns out you're fucking wrong, Millicent.
No, it's also very, because like, I don't know about you, I have seen someone eat the banana with the peel before.
Mm.
It's cursed.
I've eaten peanuts with the shell. That's also cursed.
Do you like your bananas with or without the shell?
Yeah, Harrison, I have a question about that experience.
Yes.
Why?
Someone was doing it next to me and said it tastes good. And I was like, okay. So I tried it.
So peer pressure.
So what I'm hearing is you gave in to peer pressure.
It wasn't peer pressure. It was experimenting.
Harrison, next time,
it was
just say
expanding my
no.
horizons. I know. My life has gone in a downward
Harrison,
spiral.
you should say no next time. Like, if someone were to tell you, hey, I bought you this Sonic-themed G Fuel, and I want you to put it in a shoe and drink it, specifically
No,
an
in
old
which
shoe.
case you should do it.
Yeah, you should do that. I don't know what you're complaining about, Zach.
This is an actual thing that Tyler wanted me to do on stream, by the way. This is not something I'm making up. Although
Zach,
wish
I have one
was.
correction to you. I have one correction to that.
Yes.
This is an actual thing that everyone wants you to
Wants you
do.
to do. Nobody is saying you shouldn't do the shoey with the G Fuel energy drink.
By the way, if we're going to be very fair, like I'm all for not in a shoe, but Zach doesn't even want to drink the G Fuel.
Yeah.
Drink
at
the
all.
G Fuel.
Drink the
Come on,
G
he
Fuel.
sent you G Fuel.
I didn't ask for the G Fuel.
You agreed
You
to
agreed
do
to
it.
do the challenge if he
You
sent you
agreed
the
to do
G
the
Fuel.
challenge.
Moving on.
But yes, my life has gone in a downward spiral ever since I ate peanuts with the shell. I really should have listened to my DARE officer who told me not to, but I gave in to peer pressure.
Harrison, don't do drugs.
Just
It's
say,
your dare officer.
no way. You're not going to get me today.
That's right.
No. Bibbity bop kazam.
So moving on.
Yes, moving on. Pearl points out to Freddie, you know, as long as you live with your mother, she's just going to treat you like a child. And Freddie's like, that's not true. And then Mrs. Benson comes in saying, you want your meat cut up into little cubes and not touching each other?
Oh my god.
All your food separate? And yeah, she's treating him like a little baby,
Like
Yeah.
a bitch baby.
like a little scrub.
Also, Freddie says multiple times that he wants to move into his own apartment and be a rent daddy, which
Yeah.
is
I don't think Freddie
So
knows what rent
cursed.
daddy means.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think even I entirely know what rent daddy means.
Oh,
but
I feel
don't
like
really want
I
to.
don't either, but I feel like I know enough to know that it's not what Freddie thinks it is.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to know the full
No.
context.
Yeah. By the way, we are sort of blending two different scenes because there is
Yeah.
a later scene where we get the rent daddy stuff and the file on Pearl. But I
Yeah.
just want that to be clear.
Oh right, yeah.
This is a
great, because
serious
he only brings up
podcast.
moving out later on
Yeah.
when he
Yeah,
like,
but
when he sees the file of Pearl.
you know, who cares? Importantly, the scene breaking these two scenes up, Spencer has a new lady in his life, and Carly's like, wow, McKenna found someone for you. And then McKenna walks out of Spencer's bedroom wearing his robe.
And Carly's like, wow, that's so weird. Spencer owns that exact same robe. Huh, that's funny.
Carly, you need help.
What was Carly's thought process here? Just like, I guess McKenna stayed the night and brought a robe.
I guess McKenna showed up today wearing a robe because, I
With
don't
wet
know.
hair as if she had just gotten out of the shower.
Well, maybe it was raining. They're in Seattle, Harris, and it rains a lot there.
That's true, it does.
If I know two things about Seattle, It's that it rains a lot, and it's where Frasier is set.
Yeah.
And not iCarly, Frasier. It's very on
Zach,
brand.
am I
for you,
wrong?
Mark. No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying it's very on brand for you to talk about Frasier and not the show that we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
also
You want me
takes
to go
place
on a
in
Frasier
Seattle.
tangent?
No.
I'll do
Mark,
it.
save it
I'll
for
do
the
it.
Frasier podcast. We have like one season of iCarly left before we do Frasier.
Tyler says I'm listening.
Tyler's listening.
A reference to hit television show Frasier. I think he wants me to do it.
Ooh.
I feel like Mark in his daily life like listens to like random things on the street, and someone will just say like the most mundane thing and be like, "That's a line that Niall said on season 5, episode 14 of Frasier."
Zach, sometimes things like that do happen. I
Oh,
went to a
God.
baseball game and there was an ad for Frasier Air, like an air conditioning surgeon, or an air conditioning company, and it was FRAS-AIR. And I took a picture and sent it to Tyler because my brain is
Frasier.
broken.
Well, what's not broken is this podcast.
Yeah.
And we move on to a C. Are we done?
Or well,
with the C? No,
we still have some follow up to McKenna. They cut to commercial after it's like, you slept with Spencer, and then they come back into the same scene. McKenna is really embarrassed. It seems she does not like Spencer.
I think there was also a thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm a professional and I just slept with a client. I can't do that."
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it's really
That's what it really is.
about her. That's what she says. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be like,
But also the client is
Yeah.
Spencer.
Also,
Ugh.
we do get a look into Spencer's courting process, which is she complimented his art, and then he says, "If you like my art, then you'll like my body even more." One of the least attractive things I've ever heard in my life, but it seems to work for him.
Which sculpture do you think she was complimenting to prompt Spencer to say, "If you like my art, then you'll like my body"? I'm thinking the fan of hammers.
yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Definitely the fan of hammers turned her on.
Oh
it
yeah.
was just
How
so-
could it not?
it was
That
so
death
sexy.
trap of hammers spinning at high speeds.
It has a real erotic quality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan of hammers, the only Spencer Shea sculpture that can double as a saw trap.
It's a forbidden love, you know? And that's what's so hot about it.
That's right.
Yeah, anyway, McKenna seems embarrassed that she slept with Spencer, and then she's saying, you know, it's so unprofessional of her to do this. And then Spencer comes out and he plays the saxophone poorly again for her.
It was a very great rendition of Careless Whisper, just like we were saying earlier about jazz. It's not about the notes you do play, it's about the notes you don't play.
Yeah.
In this case, the correct
In this
notes.
case, the correct notes. And then we go to the scene with the Bensons where we find out Mrs. Benson and Millicent have a file on Pearl, which I do want to say, we didn't talk about it, but we did say, you know, she claps when the plane lands and then she eats a banana with the peel on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just want to say, those are two very different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, they're doing the joke of like they're hyper fixating on like little annoying things where she's like, she's so lame. She claps when the plane lands. And there's
Yeah,
another one that
see,
I forget.
Like they go right from like she claps when the plane lands to she eats a banana with the peel, and that's weird. Like one of them is utterly inexcusable, and the other one is eating a banana with the peel on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like how it's like, isn't she like kind of annoying and cringy, Freddie? And then she might be an
That's true.
actual
Their
psychopath.
entire plot line is their entire plot line this episode is Pearl is cringe.
Yeah, Pearl is
Pearl
cringe.
is cringe.
Pearl cringe.
She claps when the plane lands. That is cringe.
It's okay. We can fix her.
Also, they say I have it on good authority that she claps when the plane lands. Who is their source? Or are they just like interrogating Pearl's friends?
I think they
Hello,
talk to every
Mr. Delta
airline.
Airlines. Can I speak to Mr. Delta?
Mr. Delta.
Please, Mr. Delta was my father. Call me John Delta.
Call me Lyle
God.
Delta.
Lyle
Lyle
Delta.
Call me Lyle.
Call me Frasier Delta.
Mr. Delta.
It's the only other person with the name Frasier.
It's me,
God.
Joe Delta. Of Delta Airlines.
But yes, Freddie, Dr. Frasier Delta. But anyway, yes, Freddie wants to be a rent daddy and he wants to move out of the apartment with Millicent. She agrees to it. She just has one request, that he dump Pearl.
Dun, dun, dun. Which he says no to. And that kind of
he
ends
says
it.
no to. But
And
they're
he
going
points
to
out
move
that
out.
he is an adult and her father, and so he can kind of just do whatever he wants. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. But we cut to the next scene, guys, and Spencer is sad because McKenna wants to keep things strictly business. So Spencer's forlorn.
And he's sleeping on a bed of popcorn?
Yeah,
He
his
has
head
his-
is in a
he
bowl of
has
popcorn
his-
for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know
It's
why,
never
maybe
really
he finds it
explained.
comforting.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to imagine if I'd be comforted by that.
I would find it so weird.
I'd imagine it's like some kind of metaphor where like the popping of the corn represents the popping of ideas in my brain or something like that.
Perhaps, yeah.
Well, I like popcorn. I find it comforting. It reminds me of, going to the movies or being a kid. And, it's nice and buttery, so you get the butter on your face.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be profoundly comforting to have a nice buttery face and a nice warm
Nice
bowl of popcorn.
buttery face.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't ever butter your face, Zach?
I can't
Can't
say I have.
I have either.
Oh, you gotta try it.
Oh,
You gotta
boy.
try it.
All
It
right,
will
after this episode,
clog
I'll
your
grab my
pores
butter and my knife
so
and
much.
just butter my face like I would a piece of toast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Treat your face like toast. Of fun, you will have
I'll
the
feel
most.
nice and toasty. Am I right, fellas?
But they aren't satisfied with his butter face, so they decide that they have to turn Spencer
Oh
into
fuck,
Mr.
he's
Cool
a
Guy.
butterface.
Yeah. They decide they have to turn Spencer into Mr. Cool Guy, so
Yeah.
McKenna will go out with him.
Yeah, he's gonna be Mr. Cool Guy.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do a makeover.
Yep. Oh, Zach, I think I missed that. Could you say it again? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You're doing it. You're doing it whether I prompt you or not. You done? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. We go to the next scene, guys. Mrs. Benson loves her gift. She's so excited to move out with Freddie and Millicent.
I love that Millicent's plan is to just tell Freddie's mom about the apartment too, so she just
Yeah.
assumes she's coming.
I just love the idea that Freddie's like, yes, we are going to move to this nice new apartment. Yes, I'm bringing my mom with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Millicent's plan, or does she just fully not understand that Freddie meant the two of them?
She does mention that there are 3 bedrooms, so maybe
Yeah.
it is possible she just didn't understand.
I thought she didn't understand, which was
Yeah.
kind of funnier to me.
Okay, yeah.
It is a good plan if you want to make him.
Yeah, if she is
I
evil.
don't know if it's a good plan, but it's a good sitcom plan.
Yeah, yeah. But Freddie points out, no, I'm just moving. Yeah, I'm not living with my mom anymore.
Yeah.
I have money now. I have an apparently successful app.
Yeah,
So-
he can
The app
be a
is
rent
called
daddy.
Kevin.
Gosh.
Have we discussed how we think Kevin is spelled? Like, because it's an app, so no vowels, right?
Yeah, it's definitely KVN or like
Yeah.
KVEN, Kevin, Kevin, Kevin.
It's like LinkedIn. It is IN.
KVIN, yeah, maybe.
Kvin.
Kvin.
Kevin. But yeah, it's there are 3 bedrooms. Freddie says like it was just for the 2 of us, and Millicent's like, oh, so the 3rd bedroom is for Pearl, and he says, no, it's my office.
Which I will not
Yeah.
use.
Yeah. He says,
Because Melissa gives him a look.
yeah, Millicent
like-
gives him a look and he goes, our office. And then she gives him another look and he says, like, I'll use the
Fine, I'll use the kitchen.
your
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, I love that.
But let's leave this behind for now because Carly and Harper invite McKenna over to see how cool Spencer has become.
That's
And
right.
guys, Spencer is very cool.
Yeah, he can barely move. His skinny jeans are
His
so
pants
tight.
are very tight.
His pants
He
are
has
very tight.
He's got
His
frosted
V-neck
tips.
is so deep.
He has the ugliest V-neck ever designed.
He's got like a necklace on. He's got frosted tips.
He's got a tattoo sleeve.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks so good
Yeah.
and also really uncomfortable.
So what kind of tattoos? I was thinking like a tribal tattoo sleeve down his arms. It's got to be a language he doesn't speak, right?
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
What?
You're my friends. I trust you.
Mhm.
Should I get this look?
I think
Yes.
it would definitely help you in the dating game.
Oh yeah.
The well's been pretty dry, and I think like having a ridiculously deep V-neck and a weird blonde streak in my hair would help.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you should go for it.
Yeah. I mean, red and yellow, they work great together.
Yeah. My red hair with just a blonde streak in it.
Exactly. Yeah. The frosted tips have never failed anybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. What I always say when I pass a guy with frosted tips, I go, "Wow, that guy, he's a cool guy.
He's
that
a
guy.
Mr. Cool guy.
He's a Mr. Cool guy."
I really like that that Rachel Bloom is a professional dating coach and this is her type.
Mhm.
Yes, Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah.
I also like that it's just called Mr. Cool Guy, which is like a name that a 6-year-old came up with.
Yep. Yep. She's very into branding. She's like, that's a red flag. Everything rhymes. And she spent like 1 minute on what do
Yeah.
I call the desirable people? Mr. Cool Guy. Who cares? Whatever. It's not like the show's gonna run for any amount of time.
But Spencer comes out and he's looking all cool, and McKenna is like, "This is the ultimate red flag. You have a relationship with your sister."
Yeah. Well, she says, you let your sister make over you? That is super codependent.
Yeah, which is a very normal
Only
thing
I'm allowed to
say.
give you a makeover. Me, McKenna Donatachi, star of Red Flags and host of this podcast. Isn't that right, live studio audience?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does
talks
have
as
a
if there's a
podcast.
live studio audience.
That's right, she does have a podcast.
She plugs her
Holy shit.
podcast.
The
She's like
ultimate
us
red
in a
flag.
lot of ways.
Maybe this is why she doesn't have a meaningful relationship of her own. Just saying.
She talks as if there's a live studio audience watching her.
Yeah. We said that having a podcast is a red flag. We just sort of assumed based on our own lives.
Oh yeah.
I was
Of
like, there's no
course.
other reason nobody wants to date me, right? They don't like the podcast.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the
podcast is
only
most
thing.
important
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But we would never stop this podcast for you guys, the
Yeah.
listeners.
It's too
Even if
important.
my girlfriend told me she would break up with me if I didn't stop this podcast, I would put my foot down.
Oh, Harrison, she hasn't told you yet?
No!
My wife's boyfriend gives me an hour of computer time a day so I can record the podcast.
My wife's boyfriend.
Shout out to Jim, my wife's boyfriend.
Thank you, Jim.
Anyway, I do think it's important to note that Rachel Bloom says, look, normally I'd love this. This is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But you are too codependent. And they're like, we're not codependent. And she's like, you live in the same building. You have the same friend group. And
They
they're
are
like,
a
well,
little
that is. Yeah.
codependent. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, my friend group is her roommate, my neighbor, his mother, his daughter. Everybody, all of our friends live in this same building.
Which is a little weird.
Yeah.
But not entirely fair.
Not entirely fair. Look, they could live in the same building. I think the bigger thing is like your neighbor's mother and daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially you, Spencer. You're like, your little sister's friends are the only people you hang out with.
Mm.
We get much fewer mentions of Sako. in
That's
this
right. We have
series.
not heard about
That's
Sako.
true. We haven't heard about Sako.
Spencer's
Also, no mention
only
of
adult friend.
No mention of Sam, Carly's other friend who joined a biker gang.
Well, they've mentioned
they've
Sam,
talked about
in
Sam.
the
but
show.
not in like this episode where they're like, oh,
no.
all of our
I was
friends.
saying they don't really mention Sako so much in the show.
Yeah, that's also true though.
Yeah. Not I didn't mean this
Well,
episode.
Mark,
I
you
meant
didn't
like in
hear
general.
he was using his fan of hammers, which Spencer gifted him, and
Oh
horrible
no!
thing happened.
Sako!
Oh no! I was gonna ask, do you think they had a falling out? But you are saying that Sako is full dead.
No,
Sako
Sako
is
definitely
dead.
did not have a falling out with Spencer. He definitely died.
Nothing
from one
could
of
tear
Spencer's-
that relationship apart.
Yeah.
Sako was really good friends with Harper's keychain guy, and they just died in the same accident.
Right,
Oh no! My keychain guy. That's right.
Yeah. Turns out my keychain guy isn't ignoring me. He's just dead.
Oh, that line. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and also we find out Harper's like, tell her what you are in each other's phones. And Spencer says, well, she's sister daughter in my phone. And Carly goes, and his brother father.
So they're fully in a cult. Anyway.
It's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
We go over to the Bensons where Freddie and Pearl are there, and Freddie sees how much moving is hurting his mother and Millicent, and he tells them, oh, Millicent, bad news. Our application was denied, so I guess we have to stay here. Mrs. Benson is overjoyed, and then Freddie's like, but I'm going to start paying the rent. You can't treat me like a child anymore, and Pearl is part of my life, so you gotta get over it.
And also, Freddie says that he's gonna be a rent daddy.
Yes, Freddie says the phrase "rent daddy" a lot this episode,
and Pearl gets very turned on by him being so assertive and calling himself a rent daddy. So, I guess there's someone for everyone.
Yeah. Also, Pearl suggests, I think it's that there's a poster Millicent likes, and Pearl suggests they blow it up and make it into wallpaper. And Millicent starts to warm up to Pearl.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, good for them. Good for Pearl. She deserves it.
Yeah.
She seems fun.
Yeah.
She's great. She's great.
So, we have more to do.
Yeah. McKenna decides to leave, and she says, as long as they're this enmeshed, Spencer will never find love. And Carly apologizes. She feels so bad that Spencer's had to deny himself so many things. And then Spencer's like, what are you talking about? I made the decision to raise you, and it was the greatest thing I ever did. I don't regret a second of it. And it's very sweet. And then McKenna starts to cry.
Yes.
Because as it turns out, a woman who is deeply against having relationships with siblings has very bad relationships with her siblings.
Yes, she has 11 brothers, and she does not talk to any of them, and they all hate her because she called all of her nieces ugly.
I love it.
What can I say? She tells it like it is. You've got an ugly daughter.
Was it in one of those SNL, The Bachelor parodies? I think there's a line where someone says and all the other girls hate me because I'm so mean to them. It's been really hard for me.
Yeah. I'm so mean to them.
Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
Yeah. McKenna is just I just want a close relationship with my siblings.
But they all hate me.
Yeah, but they all hate me because I call their daughters ugly. I tell it like it is.
In fairness, I would probably hate my siblings if I had 11.
Harrison, your daughter is ugly.
How dare you, Zach?
Hey, I say it like it is.
Yeah. Zach, I have something to tell you.
Yes.
I've held it in for a long time because it wasn't polite, but if we're sharing things, I think your daughter is kind of ugly as well.
Well, joke's on you. I'm not actually Zach. I take the mask off.
Oh my god.
Dolly Parton!
That's right, it's me, Dolly Parton.
Wow, Dolly Parton's a much better actress than I ever gave her credit.
I have a question for you, Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
What is it, honey?
Were you pretending to be Gary Sinise, pretending to be Daniel Day-Lewis, pretending to be Jay Leno, pretending to be my friend Zach? Or were you separately also pretending to be my friend Zach?
Yeah.
Oh, we had this all planned out from the start. Working on to
That doesn't quite answer my question.
So Gary Sinise is a separate person, and that you guys have been doing this together?
I had all this planned out from the start.
You're saying, look, you're not saying yes or no.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're saying I had all of this planned out from the start. That
we
doesn't
understand
answer
you
the
planned
question.
it out, but are you Gary Sinise?
Here's the plan. I have a bunch of masks. Dolly Parton, I have a bunch of masks of Gary Sinise and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay,
so you are Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise. Okay.
No, I'm Dolly Parton.
Well, you're Dolly Parton
Motherfucker.
pretending to be Gary Sinise, pretending to be Daniel Day-Lewis. Whatever.
Pretending to be Jay Leno,
Anyway,
pretending to be your friend
McKenna, after seeing this display, has a newfound respect for Spencer, and she says to him, Spencer, have you ever made love in a gondola? And he says, no, that's one of the many things I missed out on because of Carly. And they leave to go have sex in a gondola.
Good for them. They deserve each other.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we have one last scene where they're all hanging out. Pearl eats a banana, peel and all. Freddie feels like he has to make his girlfriend comfortable. He does not like it.
Yeah.
We actually do see Pearl eat the banana with the peel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it is awful.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that in real life. It is cursed.
Yeah.
Does she eat the stem too? I don't know.
And then they watch Red Flags, where Carly's like, I'm so excited to see her roast me. And instead she's just sort of like, I met Carly Shay and she was very sad. Get some help. And then she brings on her eligible bachelorette of the week, Harper, who is very uncomfortable on TV and then pretends to be taller than she is. Because
She's 6'1", because as we all know, you need to be tall.
Very
if you're
tall.
short, you just need to get taller. Trust me, I'm Dolly Parton.
That's the end of the episode, which brings us to, of course, Sad Boy of the Week.
Hooray! I'm gonna take the Dolly Parton mask off and reveal it was me all along.
You keep...
Okay.
Okay, Zach Horowitz. Zach, you keep saying I'm going to reveal it was me all along, leaving the gate open for me to say a different random
It's me,
celebrity.
Zach, all
You've got
along.
to
I
say
fooled
your
you.
name.
It was actually...
Corbin Blue.
That's
Corbin Blue.
I'm actually Corbin Blue. I fooled you once again in my elaborate ruse. You gotta get your head in the game, Mark.
Oh no.
Okay, Corbin Blue, will you do Sad Boy of the Week with us?
Of course,
Yeah.
I would love to do Sad Boy of the Week with you.
Who do you nominate for Sad Boy of the Week?
I'm nominating Spencer. I'm
Yeah.
nominating Spencer for playing Careless Whisper so poorly, for giving a speech about how he's so sad because he missed out on everything because of Carly, for being basically immediately dumped by a matchmaker he slept with, for being codependent with Carly, for dressing like Mr. Cool Guy,
Yeah.
that was maybe, again,
That-
Sad Boy is
that
also
really
sad in a
solidifies
funny
it.
way.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything more sad in a funny way than Spencer dressed as Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I may bring a counter suggestion, I'm nominating Freddie because it's just his entire thing is his mom and his daughter hate his girlfriend and are
For
trying to convince
seemingly
them
no
why.
reason.
Right.
For seemingly no reason. He can't really do much to stop it. He insists on being called Rent Daddy.
Yeah. No, Freddie, there's a good case for
There is a
Freddie
good
this
case for
week.
Freddie, yeah.
I just think, do we have more nominees or do we want to take a vote? I think those are two very strong nominees.
I'm gonna throw our girl Pearl in for eating bananas with the peel and
Right.
clapping
And being
when the
so
plane
hated.
lands,
And
being
also-
so hated for no
Also,
reason.
one more smaller nominee, McKenna. She's
Yeah.
very sad. She
She's
called all
very
her
sad.
nieces ugly.
Yeah. All my brothers hate me because I'm so mean.
Also, she
She
had
does.
sex with
Yeah, she
Spencer.
does. She likes Mr. Cool Guys, and
She likes
she
Mr.
does.
Cool Guy.
Yeah, she has sex with Spencer, and prompted by him saying, "If you like my art, you'll
Then
like
you'll
my,
love my
body,
body."
even more." Yeah.
Oh my god. So we have quite a few contenders, but I think
Yeah.
really Spencer is the one who takes the cake for me.
See,
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
vote for
Freddie.
Spencer.
Okay, I'm fine being outvoted here. I want to put in a vote for Freddie because I think he deserves it.
Though
But
I
I'm fine
also,
voting Spencer.
I was very close to voting for McKenna. I do want to say.
I was close to
Yeah.
voting for McKenna too. She's so sad.
A part of me wants to give it to the guest star because we often give it to Spencer, but I just feel like this was a very good Spencer episode.
Yeah.
All right.
He just really blew it away. Mr. Cool Guy.
Zach, you sound so disappointed.
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm glad. And guys, if Spencer is our winner, that takes us to the end of our episode.
Oh boy.
Yes. Guys, if you liked what you listened to, please remember to rate, review, subscribe. You can follow us on social media. We are at Rewatch Party Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't believe I'm forgetting anything else other than the fact
Rate
that I'm
and
Mark
review
Green.
5 stars.
I said rate, review, subscribe.
They should do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Do it again.
Yeah.
I'm Mark Green.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And I'm Corbin Blue. I'm Dolly Parton. I'm Gary Sinise. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm Jay Leno. Fuck, god damn, I can't keep track anymore. I've been Zach Horowitz. There we go.
And until next time, keep rewatching and be tall.
That's not hard.
Simply be
Just
tall.
do it.
It's not hard.
Do
Height
it.
is a choice.
Do it, coward.